I think you have to obviously have perseverance. This is one of those things, it takes a long time to mature as an artist. Like you are learning and learning, and then you learn and learn. You go through this process where eventually your work will stabilize, right? But this trajectory is long. Sometimes years and years, longer than art school, longer than maybe your 20s or something. Maybe it's like into your 30s where you feel like you've stabilized in what you're able to create, and you can realize the visions that you have. So you have to have perseverance, and that means doing that thing that we talked about, which is working the day job and then do your art on the side in the evening to keep climbing that skill tree. That's the first thing. The second thing is you have to keep a creative outlook, right? You have to find your creative inputs from wherever you can find them, right? You have to stay creative. It's easy to do the same thing over and over and over again, and it probably becomes very comfortable, but you have to kind of push out of that and try things that are hard and different. Get used to being a beginner again, right? Because you start to bring in these other skills when you kind of refresh. And number 3, I think you just have to realize that there's going to be hard times, right? Like it's not always going to be like, oh, I'm making amazing work. This is the best thing ever. Even if it becomes your professional like day job, right? To be an artist, you're going to realize that it's work, right? And sometimes it's good work, sometimes it's bad work. And so you have to just like be committed to weathering the storm. I guess this is related to persistence, like number 1, but it's also just like an attitude thing. Like be aware that it's not always going to be happy and perfect, and that will maybe help influence number 1 and persevere. Because at the end, right, at the end of all of this, you're doing it because you love it, and I do it because I don't have a choice. Like I love it enough that I have to do it, right? I can do a lot of things, but I do this because I love it. It's always bad with the good, right? And I can't not do it. So you have to get comfortable with the highs and the lows if that's the case for you, right? Bodies in Motion, it will be ongoing. We'll continue to shoot, hopefully quarterly, photos and upgrade and scans. Continue to just make it expanded as a reference library, because the bigger it is, the more useful it is to a lot of people. There is probably already a lifetime of study in there, but there's more things to capture just in the spectrum of human kind of capability and forms, right? There's so much to do. Beyond that project, there's a lot of other things. And I have a few. I mean, I have a list of projects that's too long for me to accomplish in my lifetime. I kind of have to be selective about which one I choose next. And so that's currently in the works. I mean, I can't say any more, but it's hopefully it's something good. I'd say it comes back to this dark days thing, right? This point of like, don't be too hard on yourself. Know that it's going to be hard sometimes. Like, there are points when you're working, when you're trying to get a break and get a job or something where you're struggling, and it happened to me, right? But you just have to have persevere. You just have to stick it out. You just say, stick it out. It's going to get better. All this work that you're doing will pay off. It is hard. Like it is hard. There's no shortcut. Yeah, you're doing it because you don't have a choice, because you love it, right? Love, hate, I guess is how it goes. But hopefully more love than hate. But that's what I would say. I say just stick it out. Keep doing what you're doing. It'll get there. I think I've given all the advice that I have in the questions. There may be more, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. Promotion side, I think that this comes back to the study and anatomy thing. If that's what you're interested in, I teach it well, I think. And you can find my stuff online, and I run like quarterly anatomy sessions. And I mean, I've been doing it for years and years, and they've transformed people's careers into games, into visual effects, just artists. I teach the puzzle, right? I teach how you put it together, and people get fast at it, and they get really good at it as well. And so that's what I would say is, if you want to learn more anatomy, I teach that. I teach figure sculpture, I teach facial anatomy, and of course Bodies in Motion is a resource for any artist out there who's watching this that wants to just settle in and study and work do the work. I'm not going to do the work for you. I'm putting this together as a library so you can do the work yourself, but you have something tangible and concrete that you can turn to for your morning drawing sessions. You've got to show up, but it's there. It's a resource for you. So BodiesinMotion.photo is the Bodies in Motion website, and my personal website is scott-eaton.com. And then all the courses are listed on the side and under the course menu as well. You'll find the dates and the times and things like that.